All right, welcome back, everybody. It's been a while since we've done an indie gaming league cast. It's been at least 2 weeks probably, maybe closer to a week and a half. I think it was not this past Saturday, but the last Saturday was when we had our last indie gaming league cast. Been doing some things here and there, being busy with school, but glad to have a couple matches to get some IGL games up on the big screens. We've got actually a double header tonight for Northwest Bearcats. Their first match, and both of these are 2v2 matches, by the way. First one against DingleTerries, and then the second one against Adrenaline Esports. So the Northwest Bearcats are in for a good a decent length night. Back-to-back series, not easy to do, but maybe they can clean up this first one, give them a little bit of chance to, have a light warm up or some light matches to stay warm, maybe or maybe just take a break, grab a snack, drink some water, and hopefully not have to go into a super busy best of 5 and then be called into action right again against Adrenaline Esports. Give them a little bit of a chance to recover. But we'll see how they do. They do want to make sure that they get that one. So if that takes a little bit of time, I'm sure they won't complain as long as they can pull it out. Just making sure that both of the captains have the lobby info. The lobby is up, by the way, in case you all are in there. We'll take a quick look at the rosters for both of these sides. So like I mentioned, it's a 2v2 matchup. Both of these we have potentially 3 matches, 2 confirmed though. And both of those for Northwest Bearcats. We got Rich Factor and Itachi for Northwest. No subs for this side, and no subs for the DingleTerries either, represented by Nuggy and Omnispielen. We'll call him Omni for short, because there's just a lot of syllables, it's not easy for us to keep repeating that. But Northwest Bearcats, their season has looked, on paper, pretty good. Four goals per game. It's kind of hard to argue with that. That is for obviously in the 2 circuits we tend to have some higher scoring percentages and higher scoring rates, but actually this team wait, I'm sorry. Let me make sure that I get this right. Yes, this team is 2-0. I clicked on the wrong team and almost confused myself. Northwest Bearcats, they are 2-0. So on paper and in the series, they have been doing very well. The DingleTerries, on the other hand, don't quite have. Somebody joined the lobby, so somebody joined the lobby, so we'll just get the match started. You all can hear me talk while you watch the game. Well, let me make sure that that's gonna show up for you all. Aha! There we go. So we've got Northwest Bearcats and we've got the DingleTerries. Oh wait, did they not get in the Oh, they didn't get the memo. Oops. Alrighty. So a little bit of a miscommunication there. Somebody joined and then they left, and the other team joined, and I'm like, go, go, go. And the other team never joined back, so. So we can try it again. Be different credentials this time. I think the other team was waiting for a Discord message. The other was looking at the in-game the in-game chat. That's okay. These things happen. Maybe just a little bit of nerves from from one of the teams. So we've got Rich Factor, we've got Team Player 720 in here. All right, there we go. Now we've got everybody. So we've got both teams on the pitch. Northwest Bearcats and the DingleTerries. And let me fix that scoreboard because this is going to be game number 1 of this series. No previous history between these two teams as far as I can tell. This is Tier 6 Division 16. If you want that tier to rank breakdown for IGL, just take a look in the chat. Tier 6 is Platinum 2 and Platinum 1. So maybe not the highest level of skill going to be on the pitch, but certainly two teams that are going to try to make the most opportunities that they can and certainly fight tooth and nail to earn the win. Rich Factor, great pass towards the center. Team player can't quite get around it. Going to go for the second shot on the follow-up, though. Doesn't make any contact. And now Omni, 1v1 with Rich Factor, flies past the ball. Rich Factor just has to wait for the ball to hit them before then pushing it a little bit deeper in the orange side. Gets a shot. It's going to roll off the backboard. And, oh, team player can't get the touch either. Both of the orange players flying past the ball. And it's Omni that's ultimately able to clear it up. A missed opportunity for Northwest. And Rich going to try to carry it around. But it's dangerous going across the middle of the field like that. I believe that was Mr. Nuggy that was trying to challenge and get a dunk on Rich, and they're going to try to get a second one, but it doesn't go towards the target. Rich going to have a quick turnaround. Bit of dangerous play from Northwest in the opening stages. We'll see if maybe they can settle down a bit, keep this ball out of the dangerous parts of the field, and not hand over any clear opportunities to the DingleTerries. Omni, good control going towards the middle, tries to cut it back towards that right-hand post. The Rich Factor doing very well to get the save and then clearing it all the way to the orange backboard as well. Gonna turn on this in the corner, doesn't get the touch. Omni trying to get out of the way, does pick up the corner boost. Big touch from Mr. Nuggy, goes towards the sidewall. Is there gonna be a follow-up from them? Nice 50, but team player also had a strong 50, and that's gonna be the opening goal for Northwest Bearcats. Team player 720 putting in a big 50. And recovering very nicely. All they had to do was drive towards that ball in a straight line and put it on target, and they made no mistake. They're 1-0 for Northwest in this Division 16 matchup. A little bit over 2 minutes until that first goal was scored. And there are a couple times where Northwest had some dangerous defensive plays, and they are going to finally get punished on the defensive end. DingleTerries is going to steal one back with Mr. Nuggy putting on some pressure, and then the blue defense just passing it across the face of the net. And a good finish from DingleTerries. You still need to have that player lurking in the net or coming in and ready to crash the net in order to make those goals happen. We've seen time and time again teams are able to force awkward things from the other team's defense, or they're able to set up some good plays for themselves, but the finishing touch, it's just not there. DingleTerries didn't waste any time finding an equalizer after dropping that first goal, but it looks like, actually it's going to roll up the side post. Rich Factor almost mistimes it, but does ultimately get the contact on the ball needed to push it across the net. Is more good pressure from Northwest Bearcats, showing us just why their 4 goals per game is nothing to be scoffed at. Mr. Nugget trying to get in front of team player, but team player pushes it off to the side. Mr. Nugget's going to have some control here. Team player trying to get back. Mr. Nugget pushes it towards the corner. Is it going to be the pass to the inside? Looks like it. Omni tries to get across and can't get the ball towards the net. Team player takes some mid boost. Omni's going to pick up that corner, but it's leaving it for a teammate. Rich Factor could split the defense here with a smart touch. Pushes it a little bit wide to beat 1. Tries to get around it to get 2. Is going to roll it up the backboard. Who's going to get there first? Team player gets the 50 after getting their second. And the ball is still going to hang out in the orange hat, but no quick follow-up. The 2's rotation a little bit slow from Northwest. And maybe that's a little bit expected because I'm a little bit more used to 3's where the rotation is really quick. And when we've got a 2's rotation, a lot of teams play a little bit more conservatively, are able to be a little bit more patient. They don't want to stretch themselves too thin when you don't have that third person to cover for you. Oh, good follow-up from Omni, but the shot is just narrowly wide. Gonna have to try again, but Rich Factor's gonna turn on it. Might have a shot on target. Is it gonna hit the post? It will not. It's gonna cross that line before hitting the post, and that will make it 3-1 for the Bearcats. Rich Factor doing very well to latch onto that ball and push it towards the center of the pitch and into the goal. And now establish that 2-goal lead. It's going to be important to hang on to it. You don't want to give any sort of momentum going the DingleTerries way going into that second game. Northwest will want to have as much momentum as they can to try to close out the series as quickly as possible. Like I've mentioned, they do have that double header coming up next. So, oh, this could be a fourth one to really put the game away. That one's going to go off the post, but this one also not going to go across the line. A great save for Northwest, and Rich Factor doing very well to keep it to a 2-goal game. DingleTerries almost had the answer. Possibly could have gone for the equalizer, and if anything, would have had some momentum going into the next game, but they will fall to the Bearcats 3-1, but not without trying, though. The shot's pretty even, and Bearcats obviously putting in a number of pretty good saves, 5 in total, and all of them coming from Rich Factor, the leader on the pitch, it seems. And so we've been looking at them to keep up their current performance. But for DingleTerries, they've just got to get that finishing touch. Almost had the one right at the end. That could have maybe made the last couple seconds of that game a little bit more different. But the shot's certainly there. They just need to test the Bearcats defense just a little bit more. Make sure everybody gets in, because sometimes the console players usually are the ones that take a little bit of time to get into the lobby, and gotta make sure that it didn't start without them. Strong kickoff from the DingleTerries, looking to get to a hot start. Mr. Nuggy could run onto this ball, but team player is going to get there first and make sure that we get the scoreboard updated for you all. Oh, and team player gonna make it a 1-0 game in favor of the Bearcats. Rich Factor, a great touch towards the inside, and Mr. Nuggy just not in a position to get it clear on it. The pass allows the other Bearcats player to run onto the ball. Have a strong shot on target, but this could be a strong follow-up from Mr. Nuggy. The shot goes wide. They're gonna beat Rich to the ball. Followed from their teammate Omni. Good look to get another touch pushed off the backboard. Mr. Nuggy gonna have a chance for some possession. Pushes it to the inside, leaves it for a teammate. Lurking, trying to see if there's gonna be that follow-up pass towards the middle. Gonna take the shot, and it's gonna roll wide. Factor for the Bearcats defense has to be smart with this clear, and they slow it down just a little bit, allow their team to recover, but Omni showing good ball control. Tried to juke out the defense, but pulled off the move. Maybe just a little bit too early. And oh my goodness, what happened to the camera? That was so powerful, it shattered the cameras as well. We like to see those kinds of physical plays. Oh, a nice bump from Omni on team player. Forces the other Bearcats player into making the touch. Now player with no ball control has to try to make a stop in the corner to keep the pressure. Omni has a little bit of boost. Oh, but they can't get around the ball. Gonna go for a pass towards their teammate, but Nuggy turned in a little bit too close. Factor puts a shot on target. It's off the crossbar, courtesy of a DingleTerries defender, and the ball still will be converted into a goal. Factor has had some nice touches off of the sidewall, not afraid to shoot. from a good distance away. Precision shooting coming from the Northwest Bearcats tonight. And it could just be enough to get them the second win of this best of 5 series. Shot from DingleTerries. Oh, nice bump as well. Mr. Nuggy trying to put the shot top left corner. Team player already up for it. Mr. Nuggy needs to get back. Omni pushed up a little bit too far. Gonna get bumped as well. Maybe that was a... I'm not sure who that was a bump on. But either way, the play still going in favor of the Bearcats at the moment. Team player touched towards the inside, and Rich can't get back in time. Omni's gonna intercept. Looking for the infield pass. Mr. Nuggy's gonna get done, and Omni has to do it themselves. Gets a touch towards the net. Oh, and it's gonna roll just wide of the post. 2-0 still the scoreline for the Bearcats. After a smart defensive demo eliminated the passing option, made it very difficult as Omni had to do it themselves. And coming in from the corner, it's not exactly easy. Almost had it though. So you got to credit the effort where it's due. Team player initially backed out of that one, but the hesitation caused them to not have any sort of good position to get towards the ball. That defensive position, though, is going to force them to clear this ball downfield. Mr. Nuggy passed towards the infield, hoping that Omni can get onto it, but Rich Factor is going to be there first. Touches it towards the ceiling, looking for the pass inside themselves. Doesn't make the contact, though. Rich Factor can't get there. Team player needs to get up and get this touch, but Mr. Nuggy's going to get the shot on target. Find the right-hand side of the goal and cut the deficit to 1. Took advantage of a whiff from the Northwest Bearcats. Made no mistake about the conversion either. 1.5 minutes left on this clock. DingleTerries surely could bag another one to force overtime. The all-important equalizer. Rich Factor not reading this quite well. Is going to get there first to the ball in the corner. Omni. Oh, it's going to force an own goal from the Northwest Bearcats. A great follow-up from Omni after going up the wall to get the touch. Pushes it towards that close post, and Rich Factor boots it to the opposite side. Not much that they can do there after getting there late to the challenge. Purely at the mercy of Omni's touch, and it does not go in the blue team's favor. They've got to hang on to this equalized scoreline that they've found themselves in. Can't give Northwest any free opportunities. Mr. Nuggy trying to follow it up. Doesn't get the aerial read. Rich Factor playing the patient game. Gonna set up a 1v1 with Omni. Who challenges very early. Forces team player into a touch. Sees the pass across to Rich Factor, who just is barely gonna turn in time to be able to reach that ball. If they had turned a little bit earlier, possibly could have had a shot on net. Possibly could have had a pass off the backboard, maybe. Then they resorted to the physical play to try to salvage the opportunity. But DingleTerries going for the counterattack. Northwest trying to get one final play of their own. Mr. Nuggy trying to get in front of Factor. Pops it up. Omni. Oh, it's an open net. Can Omni put it? Oh, 1 second and Omni's got it. Great control from Omni and good patience as well. Not rushing it. Waiting to make sure that they can push that ball towards the net. Not getting any unnecessary touches that push it away. And at the final moment, able to secure a go-ahead goal and a very even kickoff. Secures the deal for the DingleTerries. And it seems that we have ourselves a proper series now, as Mr. Nuggy is now officially sweating. Hopefully the rest of the games will continue to be as good as this one, if not even better. But DingleTerries, the offense was all them. 9 shots. Securing 3 goals in the process, including that 1 second goal. And for a team like the DingleTerries, where the name, the logo, I'll show you all the logo again for your reference. Kind of a meme. I think it's only appropriate that Omni's score at the end of this match was 420. Coincidence? I think not. Now we've got game number 3. Just giving them a quick reminder that wait until all 5 have joined back in before going again. Get rid of that funky overlay for you. And oh, Mr. Nuggy gonna have a ground dribble all the way over to the blue net. Picks it up in their own corner, and just super strong through Rich Factor. Team player not able to get there in time. It's a losing chase from the very beginning. And now DingleTerries find themselves in an advantageous position, 1-0. Still looking for their first game, for their first series win of the season. Currently 0-2. But the Northwest Bearcats have looked pretty strong, 2-0 themselves. And so a win for the DingleTerries here could be very good for them in their season. Getting a win against a strong team, but the defensive mishaps mean that DingleTerries is going to give up that lead that they did so well to build. Omni cutting in just a little bit too soon. Ends up hitting that ball towards their own net. It will go down as an own goal for the DingleTerries. Well, not on the scoreboard because they don't track that. Be interesting if they did. Omni with ball control, able to get past one, dribbling it back to try to drag out the other Mr. Nuggy in hot pursuit. Maybe too close of a pursuit to try to support the play. Omni going for the dribble again, doesn't quite have the control this time, but he's able to split it between the 2 defenders. And Omni finds the go-ahead goal for DingleTerries once again. Omni has been absolutely precise on quite a few of these dribble plays. Seems to be one of their primary avenues for scoring goals, and it's showing the rewards so far to good ground play. We'll see if DingleTerries can keep it up, or if Northwest is going to be able to adapt and not dive in on some of these plays as quickly, because as good as Omni's plays have been, there have been moments in all of these plays where if the challenge had come in, Northwest could have had a big clear and maybe caught out the orange team off guard. Oh, that is a great pass from Rich Factor, but maybe their teammate wasn't expecting it. Maybe the pass was just a little bit too much, and that's gotta hurt. That was such a good passing attempt from the Bearcats, and then on the counter attack, Omni making it 3-1 for DingleTerries. Like I said, for Omni's ground plays, if Northwest can just time the challenges just a little bit better, then it might be able to stop these. And not give Omni the time and the space to get those touches that he wants, because it does take him a little bit of time to find them. And good patience to Omni for being able to do that. It's certainly not easy. Ooh, Rich Factor. They're going to bring one back. Launching that ball downfield. Mr. Nuggy trying to get in front of it, but team player pushing it a little bit too hard for the orange team's liking. And they're able to close out the play, bring it back to a 2-3 scoreline. A 1-goal deficit has been restored. And we're not even halfway yet. We've already got 5 goals in this game, and it could be 6 if Rich Factor can get this towards the net. It's going to roll off the backboard. Oh, no good touches from either of the DingleTerries defenders. Finally, this one from Omni going to be slammed against the back wall. Team player still trying to get in front of it, not quite sure how to deal with it. Rich Factor strong challenge on Omni. Going to be picked up on the side by by the orange team. Old Bushel Bridges, have we tested for doping? The Terries appear to be juicing. I mean, some of these challenges are pretty strong. I'm not sure that that we have tested these players for doping. My initial thought is no, but can't be sure. I can't be sure about that. But Omni is looking on another level right now. The ground plays are his dominance right now. Doing very well to secure goals off of these ground plays. And Mr. Nugget trying to do it themselves as well, and gonna set up Omni for their 4th goal of this 3rd game in the best of 5 series. An oversight for sure. Yeah, that one's on me, Britches. Maybe I should. I'll write it into my protocol for next time. To made a standard that every player gets tested beforehand. Well, this could be a 6-1 bar down. And it does go off the blue defender. Northwest Bearcats just struggling on defense right now. Nothing seeming to go their way. They can't handle the close shots and plays from the DingleTerries, and they can't seem to get any strong touches on these long shots either. Seems to be an off game for Northwest. His last 2 games were very close, and maybe it's that the DingleTerries have kind of figured them out. But I'm not entirely convinced like that, or by that. I think Northwest still has a lot to bring to the table. They're just really struggling on that defense right now, and it's all starting to compound in this 3rd game. Could be a chance to get them back in though, and looks like team player and Rich Factor may have gotten a little pinch on that. Rich Factor pushed it towards the middle, and let's see, it was... Ooh, yeah, it was pretty close. I don't know if you'd qualify that as a pinch, as it looked like team player got behind the ball and just kind of... Or their teammate just teed him up. That's kind of what it looked like on the slow motion. But either way, they've managed to get half as many goals as DingleTerries currently have. So Northwest can score, and we've seen that in the previous 2 games as well. The scoring was not really what we were concerned about with them, but it was the defense that was shaky at times. The decision making on some of this control, not exactly what you want to see from a confident team. But it looks like it's just an off game for Northwest. I don't expect DingleTerries to hit this many goals in any of the next, in either game 4 or game 5, if there is one. I imagine that after this game, Northwest is going to be able to settle down a little bit, and they could give themselves some kudos as well, having secured 4 goals. The offense is not slowing down. The old pinch and roll. Balderdash Terry's for the win. All right, nice to see where your allegiance is, old Bushel. Well, I'm sure you're very glad to see that they are now going to take their 2nd straight win in this series. Got to secure one more for them to take the series, but they're one further step towards doing that. Been following the Terries for years. They are sleepers. Always wake up towards the second half of the season or the second half of the series. Takes them a little bit to get going, I assume. That's it. Got it. Gonna get the momentum. All right. Well, we'll see if the DingleTerries can make it 3 games in a row and close out this series in 4. And it would be super beneficial to their season if they can do so. Now, DingleTerries, they lost to Adrenaline Esports, actually, in week number 1. All 5 games played in that series. And if you're here from the very beginning, Adrenaline Esports is going to be the team that Northwest Bearcats goes up against next on this stream. So a doubleheader for Northwest tonight. So if you're wanting to see more action from this division, be sure to stick around. And, oh, this is the perfect start from Omni and for the DingleTerries that you want to see. Omni not afraid to put it in reverse. And then follows it through 15 seconds off the clock, and DingleTerries already at a 1-0. And they're going to make it too, Mr. Nuggies. Or Mr. Nuggie getting in on this one. The Boost Bandit using all of that boost to get there first and push the ball away from the midfield into the blue net. Almost immediately making it a 2-goal game in game number 4. And putting Northwest against the back wall already. Now, a lot of people maybe not expecting this to be the result based on the previous 2 teams or the previous 2 weeks of play, rather. Seeing Northwest take 2 wins, DingleTerries take 2 losses, but as Old Bushel has addressed, this team takes a while to get warmed up. And it seemed to be like that in weeks 1 and 2 as well. Both of those weeks going to full best of 5s. DingleTerries losing to Texas Destroyers last week over on Cobra Warriors stream. And that is going to be 3-0 now for DingleTerries. It's looking like it's going to fall apart for Northwest, but there's still plenty of time, over 4 minutes. Adrenaline Esports was for sure doping. Omni going southeast on the Bearcats. Absolutely. Omni has had, I guess, a slower first game, but ever since that second game, they have been on fire. Omni really has put up quite an offensive showing with all of their ground control and ground dribbles. And Northwest, they're going to be able to pull one back now. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. 2 more goals is the quota for them to tie it up. We'll see if it stays at 2 goals for very long. Texas Warriors game was fake news, not buying it. Well, maybe the DingleTerries only 0-1 and the website is lying to me. Sorry, not the website. My sources are lying to me. Mr. Nuggie from midfield, bar down, and barring out as well. Omni trying to push back towards the middle. Mr. Nuggie has the ball control, forces a 50 from team player. Oh, Omni towards Rich Factor, who almost put it in their own net. Now Rich 1v1 with Mr. Nuggie, not able to get it past the first orange defender. Team player going to turn around for it, pick it up in the corner. Misses the contact. Oh, this is a good pass towards the middle from Mr. Nuggie. Oh, and the Mr. Team player allows Omni to come through and secure the hat trick just after the 2-minute mark in this game. DingleTerries restoring their 3-goal lead that they had in the first minute of game number 4. Oh, that's a strong 50. Gonna go across the face of the net. Team player not gonna be there in time. Forces another 50 though. Gonna get out, wait for... Oh, actually, they're gonna turn on it. As Rich Factor was just hanging a little bit too far back, and they needed to take a little bit of risk, put in a little bit more pressure, gain some offensive momentum. Because there is less than half the game to play, and they still need 3 goals. And Omni's looking to make it 4. The defense just can't handle Omni at the moment. They're having quite the series right now. A small little tap is all it took. To convert DingleTerries' 5th goal of this game. It looks like is one of the DingleTerries players AFK, and didn't think well, it was on. Hopefully Omni's okay. Omni with the party tricks. Yeah, certainly had to make this decided that game 1 wasn't interesting enough, so they pulled out all of the dribble plays, all of their control. It looks like Omni's okay now. Northwest able to pull a second one back. 2 minutes left. It's still not impossible for Northwest to bring it back, but by the looks of it, the defense just hasn't been good enough, and the game may have been over before it started. Or this particular game really over before it really got started. But Northwest, if they can get a little bit more consistent, they were really solid in games 1 and 2. And oh, that's going to be a free goal for Rich Factor. Bring it back to 2 goals. Like I was saying, Northwest, if they can just be a little bit more consistent, have games like game 1 and 2 all the time, it would be better off. They probably wouldn't find themselves in this situation where they're having to come back from 3-4 goals down on a match point going against them. Oh, Rich, is that top corner? It is, and it's gonna go in. Now it's down to 1. DingleTerries a little bit lackadaisical on the kickoffs, and it's cost them as well. Precision shooting from Rich Factor brings back to a 1-goal game in game number 4 with just under a minute and a half remaining to play. Rich boots it downfield. Gonna get the follow-up. Double commit from the orange defense. Oh, that's popped up. It's a great position for a team player. Can't put on target themselves. Rich Factor gonna try to do it as well. Gets the bump, but it's cleared away by one of the orange defenders. That's to midfield now. Mr. Nuggy doesn't get the contact. Forces Omni to dive in as they're already commit. Omni, what are you doing? Omni is just having a incredible series. Look at that read. The awareness to turn backwards. Land in the perfect spot that the ball is going to land in. And take the line hop. No backflip. Just the hop. For Omni to score the goal. Incredible reads and awareness from Omni. Surely the MVP of this whole series. But their astonishing play. Mr. Nuggy buying time, dribbling it across the field. Even though they didn't have any boost, just going to do their best to keep it away from the blue cars. That's going to be a big clear from the orange side. It's going to be a little bit too difficult for Northwest to deal with, and that is going to secure the series in DingleTerries' favor. 3-1 for DingleTerries. And Omni, the man of the hour. Incredible since the beginning of game number 2, setting up so many chances and converting so many chances for their team. And Northwest had a decent start to this series, but they couldn't handle Omni once he started popping off. And so for Northwest, they're going to have to regain very quickly because they've got another game already scheduled starting in about 18 minutes against Adrenaline Esports. And Adrenaline was a team that was able to beat the DingleTerries 3-2. Now, maybe it wasn't the same DingleTerries side that we just saw playing that looked incredibly confident and efficient going forward. So it'll certainly be about how Northwest shows up in this next game, and there's a little bit of uncertainty just based because DingleTerries seem to have their slow start and they're really hot second half of these series. And if Adrenaline Esports faced a DingleTerries at all like the one that we just saw right now, they could be a strong team. But if they only won a close series against the DingleTerries that showed up in game 1 and maybe the beginning of game 2, then the matchup against Northwest could be a lot closer than a lot of us anticipate. Hi, sweetie. Just messaging so we're not gonna have the 10 p.m. Central match. So only the Bearcats matches for tonight. Terry's dropping bombs. Well, the first ones that they've really dropped all season. Finally, they're able to get that first series win on the season. Puts them to 1-2. Northwest going to move to 2-1. Could be 3-1 by the end of the night. Could be 2-2. We'll see. And it might be able to do a casual match for the next one, but we'll make sure that make sure that we have everything ready for the next match before we do that. Make sure that I have that Discord right. Correctly. Oh, there they are. Finally. I blame the Russians for past losses. Always the Russians' fault. Good commentary. Have a great night there. Oh, Auschwitz. Oh, that's not what I want to. That's not what I want to hear my name being used at. But you have a good night too, old Bushel. But yeah, we can do a quick. I think we can do a quick casual match. Actually, we'll do the Gotham City Rumble. We haven't done that yet. Controller's not plugged in yet. What's up, Omni? Thanks for dropping the follow. Incredible performance tonight. Oh, my camera's not here. I divided up my stream labs into like different scene collections for when I'm playing and when I'm streaming, because I normally don't. I'll usually do one or the other, not both. But unfortunately, it comes back to get me like this. Oh no. That's fine. I guess. Not exactly how I wanted that to go. Actually, I can turn on my camera from here. I think. Yeah, it's in an awful position, but it's fine. Thank you, Omni. I'm glad you enjoyed the commentary. Hopefully the VOD is beneficial to you in doing some replay analysis at some point. Oh god. We'll get past him. Dang. But Omni, you played incredible. The ground plays were really good, especially games 3 and 4. You just popped off. Was that how were your other games? Your first 2 weeks of games, were those both like you got down early and started to come back and then just couldn't close it out at the end? That's what old Bushel was saying. Is y'all usually take a little bit to get warmed up. No. Just keep messing with everybody in the tornado. Oh no! Alright, we go again. Oh, he's got this? Glad I hung on to that, onto the freeze. Oh god. Nice. Oh. Power fist, got it. Oh, the ice! Dang, quick reactions there. Oh no, what's happening? Oh wait, what? What happened? Okay, yeah, that happened. And he tossed it over there, and is that like a batarang? Is that what that is? Oh, jeez. That's tough. Ooh, good try on the redirect. Bruh. Alright, I'll have to make something happen here with the spikes. There we go. Whew. That one felt really good. I like going for the boot. That was a smart play from him. Oh, what a save. What a save. Oh, man. That sucks. What? The reactions. Oh. Ooh. Good shot attempt. Oh, God. No. No way. Wow, scored it from all the way back there. Just lined it up perfectly. I guess my casual MMR is fairly high, so that'd explain. Those guys are right. We're fairly decent. Of course, they're all console players, though.
Bridges burned down, there's no one around. I can't seem to find you now. It's been so long since I've seen your face, and all this time keeps passing by without you here in my arms, and I can't seem to understand why you left me behind.
Bring it back here so we can fix the scene. Don't want to do that. Oh. Create the new lobby.
seem to find you now. It's been so long since I've seen your face, and all this time keeps passing by without you here in my arms, and
All right, let's turn this music
seem
down.
to understand why you left me
There we go. So, like I mentioned, Northwest Bearcats have a doubleheader tonight. So, Northwest Bearcats, and oh wait, that didn't get updated. Fix that real quick. So, Northwest Bearcats and Adrenaline Esports going at it in our second and final matchup of the night for IGL. And we'll take a look at the roster for Adrenaline Esports and for Northwest, for those of you who are maybe just now joining us for the second game. Oh, I'll make sure I change the stream title as well. So it's worth mentioning that this is Adrenaline Esports White. So there are multiple Adrenaline teams in the IGL circuit this season. So Adrenaline Esports White, another team that's 2-0 coming into today. Northwest Bearcats, they were, but they've now dropped. They've now dropped to 2-1. Excuse me. Now Adrenaline, they don't have any subs either. Shoxy and Rage Quit Army. Rage Quit Army 50 representing this team. Let's go Adrenaline Esports. Nice to see the official Adrenaline Esports page showing up to support the team. Hope y'all are having a fantastic night so far. Excited to see possibly Adrenaline Esports take a dub. Subject Northwest to their second loss of the night. I'm sure you all would love to see that. So Adrenaline Esports, like we mentioned earlier in the stream, they beat DingleTerries 3-2 in week number 1 of the circuit. Now they did take a week off last week. They got RK Moist Pandas, but it was a 3-0 forfeit win in their favor. So no official match played last week for them. We'll see if maybe that affects them coming out of the gates. No competitive match in the past maybe even 2 weeks or so, depending on when their week 1 match was. Could come in a little bit cold. But let's get that adrenaline pumping. Yeah, you certainly hope that that's how Shoxy and Rage Quit Armies come into this game full of adrenaline, full of energy, that feel-good factor. They can usually take teams a lot farther than when they don't have it. Shoxy, 2 goals per game, something to be proud of. 1.8 goals per game for Rage Quit Army, also something to be proud of. It shows 2.75 goals per game, but that's just because the forfeit win games are included in that. So it's really somewhere around 4 goals per game for Adrenaline Esports. So expect this to be a high-scoring match. Even with Northwest, those numbers are going to change once the results are submitted for that other game. But we saw in the last series, they can take goals. That's usually not an issue with them. I hope everyone does well and has a great time. Absolutely, Adrenaline Esports. That's really what's what's most important. It's competitive, but it's also all in good fun. So I always like to make sure that it's a close matchup. I like seeing the best of four, like the game fours, game fives. I don't really like seeing the blowouts, the sweeps. It's hard to build like stories around that when the game goes by so quick. It just makes your stomach turn a little bit more, make you a little bit nervous about the results. Builds up the excitement. Game 5 and OT, those are the best. Oh, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. They're always those are always good. Last night I was playing in my own competitive games, and I was playing in a Champion Challenge, and we had a game. It's a best of 7. We went to game 5, and it was like this stupid own goal that we ended up winning off of, and like we were happy to win. We're like, dang, wish it could have been a little bit different. I wish it could have had like a really nice goal to end it off of. And then we ended up winning an IGL match later that night. Also, like, we went through almost 5 minutes of overtime in game 5. It was super exciting, but it was another like kind of dumb goal that we gave up to win the whole thing. But still, just like super excited that we were able to get the win. So sometimes that happens, and those can be kind of anticlimactic. But overall, like, just like the build-up leads to all kinds of excitement. And maybe we'll get that between Northwest and Adrenaline Esports. Going at it in our second and final IGL match of this stream. What's up, Nos Nippy? Yes, sir, your boy Rage Quit Army is on the pitch right now, along with Shoxy for Adrenaline Esports. Gonna look to take down Northwest Bearcats, a team that just lost their previous matchup. The scoreboard says that they're 2-0, but they are actually 2-1 right now. They just lost the previous matchup, and they're hoping to make it a 1-1 on the night, not wanting to go 0-2. And whew, I thought it was gonna be another kickoff goal going against Northwest tonight, but thankfully for them, Northwest was waiting there in the net off a kickoff to pick up the shot on target. Also, good luck on your collegiate season. If you run into Adrian College, that's where Adrenaline Esports is from. Alright, I'll have to keep an eye out for them. They don't sound familiar, but doesn't mean I won't run into them. If they play in CSL Challenge, in CSL at all, there's a good possibility I'll see them at some point. Especially if they're in the Challenger, if they're in the Challenger bracket for it. Or if they do NECC, we might do NECC next semester. So I could also see them there. Yeah, I play for Maryville University. We're more well known for our League of Legends and Overwatch teams. Oh, nice block from Rich Factor, denying Rage Quit Army a second goal for the orange side. Shoxy waiting patiently, has the pop-up, looks to follow it, delays the jump just a little bit too much. But Rage Quit Army in a good position, pushing it back. Shot for Shoxy, and it's gonna roll wide. Gonna have to pick up again. It pops over Rich Factor. Oh, and it's barred down, and Rage Quit Army saves his own shot. How do you even do that? Oh, it was such a good shot. Barred down, it was looking, but then Rage Quit Army beat the ball to the line first. Ends up saving it themselves. Really, really unfortunate. But they still have the 1-goal lead. They might be able to go again now as they got that ball past team player. Oh, it's looking a little bit wide, and Rich Factor able to get the touch. Rage quit. Army putting in another good stop before midfield. Gets it past one. Looking to get it past the second. Not able to do so. Team player staying strong. Climbing the challenge right. Rich Factor going to take it off their hands. Push it towards the middle once again. Oh, and it really... Oh, that almost looked like a pinch clear from Adrenaline Esports. So Adrenaline Esports certainly living up to their name with some pretty good pressure in the blue half throughout the first couple minutes of this series. Ridge Factor does well to beat one of the orange defenders. Oh, quick turn on it quickly. Team players got the better angle. Oh, the passing play, the little pop-up from Rich Factor back towards team player, but they're not able to secure those connections and make it a true shot on target. Team player might be able to do it here. Looking for the top corner. It's bar and out. Adrenaline Esports this time saved by the woodwork after being denied by it last time around. Team player off to the sidewall. Tries to get the catch, but drives just a little bit too far forward. Rich looking for a strong 50. Actually ends up beating Shoxy. The ball is booted downfield towards the blue half. Gonna give Northwest a chance to settle down and put up a nice 2v1 play here against Rage Quit, but they're not able to make anything of it. A bump is gonna slow that pace down just a little bit. Rich could go 1v1 with Rage Quit. Pops it past him. Oh, but the recovery is not great. Can they get up in time? Team players cannot. Rich cuts in. Gonna have to get the touch now. Goes for the corner boost. Leaves the ball for Shoxy. It's off the backboard. Still up on 0 seconds. Shoxy's gonna make sure that it hits the ground. Adrenaline Esports starting off on a strong foot. It doesn't quite look like Northwest has fully recovered from their loss just a couple of minutes ago against DingleTerries. Still needs to figure out what's going wrong, but the goal's drying up for the Bearcats there. Adrenaline doing very well to deny those opportunities before they really come to fruition. Oh, whoops. Alright, there we go. Making sure everybody was able to get into the lobby. It didn't... Almost... I thought it wouldn't happen there for a second. Right. Oh my, what a start for Northwest. I was fixing something with the scoreboard. They've caught me off guard with a 10-second goal rolling around the corner, and oh, Shoxy tried to get there and stop it, kind of slam it against that back wall. Didn't happen, and their teammate ends up own goaling. I feel that. I certainly feel that from Adrenaline Esports. Not the way you wanted to start off after a pretty solid game number 2, or I'm sorry, a very solid game number 1. But the hope that the defense can stay just as strong as it was in that first game and maybe take a couple goals back to swing the lead in their favor once again. Miss from Rich Factor, going to allow Shoxy to come back in off the cross or off the backboard. Team player boots it downfield, going to follow it up. Slams it down to the ground. It has a follow-up touch, forces Shoxy to come in themselves, make the intervention on the defense. Rich Factor slams it and beats the double commit from Adrenaline Esports, but no continuation from the blue side. Allows Shoxy to put it further towards the blue corner. Rage Quit Army getting up. Rich Factor watches it go off the backboard. Shoxy coming in, rolls it to the bottom corner, and Rich Factor is going to help him out. Shoxy credited with the goal, and Adrenaline Esports brings it back to 1-1. Good placement from Shoxy trying to beat out Rich Factor, and although there wasn't enough pace to put it in themselves, there was enough to make it difficult for Rich Factor. And they're just late enough that that touch didn't go out and away from the net, instead finding that side post. Decent touch from Rage Quit Army. Sends across the face of the blue net, forcing a jump from a blue defender, but no save coming out of them, so the ball's still on this blue side. Rich Factor doing very well to flick it over. Oh, and the follow-up shot from Team Player, and the follow-up demo on Rage Quit Army. Gonna make it a 2-1 game for Northwest Bearcats. That's good awareness from Team Player to recognize that the orange defender is going to get there if they let their teammate have it. And might have been one of those situations where the teammate wants to come in and get the goal themselves after kind of making it all happen themselves, but it is a competitive match. In those situations, sometimes people don't really mind, but even more so on that occasion, Team Player recognized that, yeah, they might be able to do it themselves, but I see this defender coming in, I'm gonna do it myself just to secure the goal. Rich Factor, light touch, Rage Quit puts off the backboard. Who's gonna get there first? Shoxy can, and Rage Quit actually gonna be the one following it up the best. Rich following it through midfield. Shoxy puts it towards the side. Still a follow-up from the blue offense. Looking for a pass in field. Might be able to do it themselves on the solo play. Turns away. Turning away is Rich Factor. Team Player sticking in front of the ball. Gonna pass it. Pass Shoxy. Rich Factor picks it up. Can they go for the flick? Couldn't quite set it up. Might be able to go. Oh! Oh my goodness. Rich Factor faking the Doomsy off of the backboard. And the orange defender, Rage Quit to be specific, flipping towards the ball, just assuming it's over. And instead ends up putting it into the net themselves. 2 own goals from Adrenaline Esports. They haven't been too far off of denying these goals. They just got to be a little bit more patient and just allow the ball to do its thing, really. And maybe slightly better positioning also could help them get some slightly better touches while they're on their goal line. So they're not far off of the defense they need for the long run. We didn't quite see these mistakes in the first game, obviously because they didn't give up any goals, but weren't really any signs of that being an issue. No close calls or anything to consider. Oh, good patience from Shoxy, but can't put the ball on target, recognizing that Rich not having the greatest of ball control on that carry out. Strong 50 from Team Player. Is it going to go into his crossbar and out? And Rich Factor's going to follow it through, make it 4-1. Northwest Bearcats. And actually, I just realized that the scoreboard is wrong. That's my bad, everybody. Adrenaline Esports did, in fact, win that first game. That's on me. Northwest Bearcats, though, currently leading game number 2. It looks like a sweep. Not likely at this stage. Although Adrenaline Esports do have a full minute remaining to try to gather 3 more goals and push this game on a little bit longer. Oh, that's a great demo from Team Player on Rage Quit, denying the second player any chance of coming in for a follow-up shot on the play. Stifling the orange offense, and they're going to be able to convert it on the counter. Rich Factor once again putting it across the net, the elite challenger. Latching onto that quick turn from Team Player, and with a little bit of assistance from Rage Quit Army, but that shot was going in regardless of who got the final touch. Oh my goodness, everybody doing circles around the ball. Rage Quit going to the back. We're not able to follow it up. Rage Factor towards the backboard. Can they get there? Maybe a slide pass. Shoxy's being patient. Trying to get in. They're going to set it up for team player 6-1 in favor of Northwest Bearcats. Another one for the road for them. And they have just obliterated the Adrenaline Esports defense. One that I thought was going to be pretty good after their showing in game 1, but doesn't look like that will continue to be the case. Interesting to see what happens in game number 3. Whether Adrenaline Esports is able to bring back that defense that did so well for them in game 1. And whether Northwest has gotten their shooting group back. Obviously no goals in game number 1, and that was the first time tonight that we've seen that happen to them. But what a response. Hat tricks for both Team Player and Rich Factor. Only 1 point difference between them. It's not often that you see two players on the same team so close to each other in terms of their score. The scoreboard, really the stats for both of them looking pretty close. 3 goals, 2 assists, 1 extra save for Team Player, 1 extra shot for Team Player. So no carry for Northwest this time around. Team Player and Rich Factor, certainly both of them doing their parts. And what's up, AE Crypto? Here to support Adrenaline Esports. So they just lost 6-1, so they could use the extra support in the chat to get them going again. It was rough game number 2 for them as Northwest found their scoring touch. They're going to need to shut it down in game 3 though. And so this is where we stand. 1 game in favor of the Northwest, 1 game in favor of Adrenaline Esports. Northwest Bearcats, they are 2-1 after losing against the DingleTerries earlier tonight. And then Adrenaline Esports currently 2-0 as far as I'm aware. We're looking to get a first goal right off the bat. Team Player intercepting very well. Shoxy there first in front of the midfield line. Big touch from Rich Factor. Not able to follow it up themselves. Now Rage and Shoxy, both of them near the ball. Shoxy trying to find that front post, and Team Player does very well to get the stop. Gonna get eliminated by a Shoxy. Rage Quit. Good control near the walls. Rich Factor not able to get a stop. Oh, brilliant pass, and oh, the lack of finishing. Adrenaline creating such a gorgeous opportunity, not able to make it count. And with the way that Northwest is shooting, you can't allow those chances to go by the wayside. But Rich Factor gonna punish Adrenaline for not taking that advantage and reading this ball off of the corner and able to get there and put it over the line before Rage Quit can track it back. Agreed, kids got potential. I'm from the red team in Division 19. Nice. Yeah, I just noticed that you all had quite a few teams. There you go, red, white, and blue, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I saw blue as that 3rd color. Rich Factor touch towards the center. Oh, not great ball control from them. Not great ball placement either. Got to get it out from in front of the net, or else Adrenaline Esports might be able to capitalize once again. Oh, Rage Army trying to go for the dooms in the follow-up. Not able to pull it off. Oh, Rich gonna flip under this ball. Has to track back. Double commit between them and Team Player, but it doesn't look like it's going to cost them anything as Shoxy wasn't following super closely. A miscommunication between team player and Rich Factor about who's going to get that ball on the sidewall. Shoxy trying to get the shot away, but still Adrenaline Esports just narrowly missing some of these touches. Yeah, red, white, and blue. Red and blue are the champ 1 and 2 teams. White is our lower team. Okay. But Rich Factor putting in a second goal for Northwest Bearcats. Continuing to split open this Adrenaline Esports defense. Hasn't really been looking all that great since the beginning of game number 2. Oh, and the woodwork certainly not having any of it tonight as they deny another one for Northwest Bearcats and almost found a follow-up. But Adrenaline Esports able to get back in time and keep it to a 2-goal deficit for the moment being. Rage Quit trying to pick up ball control, pushes it over to the side. Gonna leave it for the blue defense to handle. That might be a smart move as Northwest hasn't had the great defensive touches so far tonight. Maybe hope to earn a couple free opportunities off of a whiff or a misplacement. And Shoxy gonna find that bottom corner. 2-1 now for Northwest Bearcats. And the patience pays off. Shoxy finally able to come in after Rage Quit sets them up. And a placement to cap it all off. A minute 13 left on the clock. Adrenaline Esports can still come back into this. Just need one more in the final minute or so. Ooh, team player. Gonna find a third one for Northwest. Looks like Shoxy and Rage Quit weren't quite on the same page there. And Rage Quit got caught out. And not in a great position to make the save. So now 2 goals in the final minute going to be required for Adrenaline Esports. Rage Quit's got possession now. Can they continue with it? Shoxy's going to take it off their hands. Push it along the back wall. Oh, Rage Quit was reading the touch from Rich, but Rich ended up completely whiffing the ball. And Rage Quit just can't get any sort of touch. He's going to be afforded a back pass courtesy of a bump from Rich, and Shoxy's going to make no mistake about it. Classic bounce shot. Puts it just under the bar. Maybe tease the woodwork a little bit. Say, yeah, you think you're going to get on this play, but nah, not this time. Final 30 seconds. Adrenaline Esports just need one to deny Northwest being on match point. Rich has the turnaround. Tries to put it towards the target and is able to get it from the acute angle. A great turnaround from Rich. Got there before Shoxy could get back to it. And perfect finishing from them as well. Not easy to hit any shot from that tight of an angle. But it looks like it will be the difference maker in this series as Adrenaline Esports 2 more goals in the final 15 seconds. It's not going to be enough time. Too large of an ask that time around. But they're not out of it. There's still that final opportunity. Northwest Bearcats going on to match point. But Adrenaline, if they can win 2 in a row, they can still take the series. Adrenaline, Shoxy doing most of the work on offense. 4 shots for them. Northwest Bearcats, 5 between the two players and 4 goals off of it. So the defense for Adrenaline not really there. Northwest Bearcats certainly could do better, especially in the final minute and a half, where the nerves could start to pick up a little bit. Have a less nerve-wracking finish to the game by not giving up those goals towards the end and giving Adrenaline even a sliver of hope that they can get back into this. And Adrenaline Esports, thanks for dropping the follow. I appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying the commentary and the stream, and hoping that your Adrenaline Esports white team can pull 2 games back in a row. Rich thinks saying about turning on it again, but ends up getting it in team player's way. Both of them going to double commit for this 50. And Rich Factor heading all the way back. Team player doing the same, but a little bit slower. One thing that these two players, or both of these teams, could work on is giving their teammates some space. Just the little bit of a trust factor. Rage Quit does very well to get up in that, but Rich also does well to get the block. I don't know why it took me so long. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. They're underdogs, I believe. Yeah, it's still early in the season, so the 2-0 2-0 is not a whole lot to go off of. Actually, something going in their favor is that Adrenaline, the team that they beat in week 1, the DingleTerries, is the team that they just that Northwest just lost to. So you would maybe expect, if you looked at all of that, you would maybe expect Adrenaline to do very well. But like we just saw, the DingleTerries they're sleepers. They take a while to get warmed up in a game and in a series. So it's hard to make some true conclusions about them when you can't watch all of their games. You just don't know which form of the DingleTerries Adrenaline Esports played against. But Shox is going to get you all on the right track. Going to get a goal just about 2 minutes after the start of game number 4. A strong 50 might afford them another chance. Rage Quit Army trying to get the flick. And it's going to be a return boom downfield from Northwest. Rage Quit trying to get the touch. Is going to have a punt downfield for themselves. Rich Factory able to get there in time. Team player eliminating Rage Quit. So the follow-up is going to have to come from Shoxy, who's being very patient. Smart move from Shoxy. Now Rich could go 2v1 with team player, and there's another chance, or another situation I was talking about, where these players, they see that maybe they don't have a lot of, I don't know if maybe it's the other team doesn't have a lot of, they know that their teammate doesn't have a lot of boost, or they just have a little bit more momentum and would prefer their teammate to, what? Rage Quit, how did you do that? Slams it from point blank off the post. Has it go off the other post and out, and then boinks it off of Rich Factor to make it a 2-goal game. Oh my goodness. I agree, Adrenaline. I'm genuinely don't know how that happens. There have been some pretty weird plays tonight. I will say that. I used to I don't mean to put any sort of like I don't mean to put down any of these players, but normally what I see is like with like competitive games at just like a lower skill level, the randomest things will happen. Just the randomest things. I used to watch my brother play in like rec league soccer, and some of those kids will just like do some random moves that they see on TV without having really practiced them at all, and they'll dribble the entire team, and you would never expect that from that player. It just works, and then just like a kid will boot the ball and it'll like bounce off of somebody, and then some kid will just not be looking and it'll roll in. Like the weirdest things happen and they work is generally what I see. I think that's the same thing that we've got. What we've got here is two teams going at it. Northwest, they're gonna pull one back, but yes, these aren't the plays that you normally expect from higher level players, but they're working, and that's kind of the exciting thing. Is certainly the lower skilled teams, like these tier 5, 6, 7 matches, you'll see things you've never seen before. There's always something new coming out of this game. The final 35 seconds for Adrenaline to hang on to this lead that they've built. Rich Factor taking it downfield, trying to cut it to one. Cut towards the inside. Oh, rolls it up the back wall. Oh, a team player can't get there in time. If Rich Factor had just waited a split second later, waited for the ball to get in front of the net, in front of the opening before flipping into it, would have had the goal and that chance at a third goal rather. But Shoxy's gonna force that one down, and we will have game number 5 between Northwest Bearcats and Adrenaline Esports. You're not putting anyone down, you're just analyzing, actually complimenting. Awesome. Hey, there was a yeah, like Rage Quit's play earlier where they shot the ball and flipped so far that they ended up blocking it themselves. That was crazy. Game 5, here we go. Absolutely Adrenaline Esports. This is what we wanted. This is, I think I called it. I'm pretty sure you did. Let me look back in the chat. You mentioned Game 5 and OT being very good. I don't know that you actually called that this match would go into Game 5. But we'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. You only got the idea because you knew this game would go into Game 5. That's why. So here we have it, starting from zeros on either side of the scoreboard. 2 players on either side of the pitch going into game number 5 in this Tier 6 Division 16 2v2 matchup. Winner takes all, and it looks like Shoxy's going to get their team on the front foot, but the side post denying them once again. The woodwork has had all kinds of action tonight, and is continuing to play the role of fate in this series. Shock has 6 goals, right? I don't know. I don't know what the exact stats are and how many goals Shock has. But certainly looking very good. I'll take 50% credit. Okay, that's fair enough. But then who gets the other 50% of the credit? That's the real question. Oh, Rich Factor looking for the top corner, but narrowly misses out on it. Is going to get the bump on Shoxy. Could find it once again, but Shoxy's able to stay in the way. Me and him have a sub bet going. If he gets 6 and wins the series, I sub for 6 months. Oh my goodness. That's quite the bet. And what happens if he gets 6 and doesn't win the series? Then what? The players get the other 50% credit? Okay, that makes sense. I can understand that. Rich Factor, can they put this one on target? They can. Driving it down the middle of the net after a big whiff from the Adrenaline defense. Right there we saw the quick turnaround from Rich. Good heads up play. Keeping ball cam on, making sure that while they pick up that boost, they understand what's happening around the pitch and able to capitalize off of it. That's something that's so important at all levels of this game, is being able to keep your eye on the play at all times. And Shoxy, there's another goal for them. If they didn't have 6 now, they're certainly still working their way up the numbers. And an important goal at that, tying it up between Adrenaline Esports and Northwest Bearcats. Nothing happens. Maybe he subs my Twitch or a shout out. Okay. I feel like those two aren't the same value. I'm not sure which one is worth more, to be honest. But, well, a bet is a bet, I guess. What's up, Dave's RL? Absolutely, we do have a close series on our hands going into the second half of Game 5. We're still tied at 1-1, and oh, this might get lost over both of the blue defenders. Team player got the touch, and it almost became an own goal. Really close. And now Rich Factor trying to go on the counter. Shoxy is able to stop it in midfield, pushes it past team player. Needs to get another touch past Rich, though. Not able to get there in time. Team player pushes it over to the side. Strong 50 from Shoxy. Still going towards the net. Rich gets up, and not a strong touch, but it is out to the side, making it difficult for Rage Quit to do it themselves. Well, neither do I, new to streaming. Oh, well, good luck with that. As long as you enjoy it, that's what matters the most. And arguably what matters more right now is that Adrenaline has just gone into the lead. A slight double commit from them, but Shoxy's able to get the more solid of the touches and is able to help that ball roll across the line before a Northwest defender can get there. 1:41 left on the clock, and Adrenaline, they have the advantage. They just need to lock up this defense for a little bit longer. Team player is a good look for trying to find Rich over on the side. Oh, it might waterfall down. Rich can get there, and they're going to slam it in front of the net. 2-2. Just like that. Great touches from team player. A strong one downfield initially. Looking for Rich Factor with maybe a little bit too much to make it a passing play, but still putting it in a good place. And then a great pop-up to the ceiling. It waterfalls down. And Northwest is back in it at a tied scoreline. Going to put another one on target. Rage Quit able to stop it from going towards the net, but doesn't do enough to push it away just yet, and is able to make another intervention, stopping the play in its tracks. Shoxy, was looking for Rage Quit to potentially go to their left, but the ball will end up on one of the blue corners, and a misplay from team player. Not exactly doing them any good, and trying to break out of this half allows the orange side to put some pressure. 50 seconds on the clock. Rage Quit to the backboard. Gonna go for the follow-up. Oh, can't slot it. Shoxy coming in for the follow-up, and that one's gonna roll wide as well. Both of the blue players flying past it. Rich Factor's got the touch on an empty net, but that one is gonna be off target as well. A couple really good chances for both of these teams, but just the contact and on the shot, it's not there. Maybe the direction is just a little bit off. So many good opportunities. Just one more of them needs to be put away. With overtime looming, Adrenaline trying to find one final opportunity after this block before the ball reaches midfield. Rich Factor keeping it in this corner, making it difficult. Shoxy gonna hit it against that wall and let it drop 2-2. The scoreline going into overtime in Game 5. The golden goal situation. And Rage Quit puts in the strong 50. Is it gonna roll in off the post? It is. Rage Quit Army 50 with the winner within 10 seconds of Adrenaline going into overtime against Northwest. And the night just went from bad to worse from Northwest, losing a game in 4 just under an hour ago. And now they lose the second series of the night in grueling fashion. Game 5 overtime, not what you want to lose in, but somebody has to. And unfortunately for the Bearcats, it was them on the occasion. They dropped to 2-2 on the season. Adrenaline Esports moving up to 3-0, maintaining their undefeated record. Wow, what a game to end the night on, really. Game 5 OT, let's go. Oh my. yeah. Not really much more to say than that. And nice to see the Game 5 OT. I wish it maybe would have lasted a little bit longer than 10 seconds, but it is what it is. We got the OT and we were able to decide a winner between these two sides. Yeah, absolutely. Northwest just having what seemed like an off day today, really. Looking good throughout the first 2 games of the season. Did okay against the DingleTerries. Had a strong start to the series and really they gave up a 1-second goal in game number 2 and it was downhill from there and just barely not able to recover enough to hold off Adrenaline when it mattered the most. Six-month sub. There we go. All right, Crypto, you gotta sub for 6 months to to your fellow AE player there. But that is all of that we have for tonight. I'm gonna find see if there's another IGL caster around that we can send you all to. We haven't rated Gaugen in a while. It's been a while since I've checked into their stream. Hopefully their game's not over. Just wait for the ad to go by.
So, Joker missed absolutely everything. That is true. You did miss absolutely everything.
Actually, he might be done for the night. Another ad? Are you serious? All right. Well, let's oh, I'm gonna send it to Tactical Banditry right now. So Tactical Bandits on Wheels is a tournament. Rocket League hosts a lot of bubble teams, a lot of really high level teams. So if you want to watch some really high level gameplay, actually I'm gonna send you over to GW Esports because they actually have a game right now. So definitely go check them out. I do some work with them whenever I can. Tonight decided to do some IGL stuff. But yeah, if you want to look at some players that that have a decent chance at making it pretty far in RLCS, these are some teams that you want to keep an eye on, and you want to look to improve. Again, players to keep an eye on. So we're gonna send you all over there if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on other platforms. Thanks for stopping by, and we will be back soon. I don't really know. Whenever I have another game or another cast, I guess. It's been busy with soccer and school and everything, but we'll be back again soon for sure. Sometime next week, probably Monday at the very latest for CSL. But until then, you all have a fantastic rest of your night and a fantastic rest of your weekend. I'll see you all very soon.